Hello dear students, welcome to Devika's Commerce and Management Academy. So dividend theories, in the last class we have seen Gordon's simple method, Gordon's. Okay, now today we'll see essay problem. Did you understand last class? Formula and abbreviations, simple problem also. If you understood the last class, then only please come to this class. This is essay problem. Similar to that, small changes that we have to consider and we have to go ahead. 5 minutes focus, you'll understand this problem. 5-10 minutes maximum. Very easy essay question, important for examination point of view, whatever may be your course, CA, CMA, CS, MBA, BCom, BBA, whatever may be your course, this is important. So focus. Now, if you look at the problem, the equity capitalization ratio is 11%. Okay, equity capitalization ratio is 11%. Earnings per share is 20. That is earnings per share. But E, the value of E. Determine the value of shares as per Gordon's model when the rate of return on investments are 12%, 11%, 10%. Changing. Generally rate of return something will be given. Now here three variations are given. 12%, 11%, 10%. Assuming the 90% retention, 80% retention, 50% retention. Assuming that retention of the dividend is 90% A bit. Second bit is 80% if we retain and 50% if we retain. Three ways we have to work out. Three ways. If we take first way 90% retention, we have to follow 12%, one variant, 10%, second one, third one, 10%. Okay. Now here remember, you know the formula is this one. P is equal to E into 1 minus B by KE into KE minus BR. Always remember here minus BR. E into 1 minus B by KE minus BR. Okay. Now here 12%, 10%, 11%, 10%. This is return on investment. Return on investment is this, but it means R, and retention is R. Retention is B. B is if it is 90%, 80%, 50%, like we have to take. Let us take first 90% retention. I kept a heading when retention ratio is 90%. When retention ratio is 90%, will follow 12%, 11%, 10% also. Three bits we have to work out. Under this 90% retention. 90% retention is there. Rate of return if it is 12%, how much? Rate of return 11%, how much? Separately. And rate of return 10% separately. Up to here, we are going to follow the 90% retention. This focus only up to here. If you follow, rest of the things you can work out. You can pause the video, you can work out. Okay. Now let's see. As per this formula, P is equal to E. E means here earnings per share. This is permanent. Earnings per share is 20 rupees. This is permanent. This will not change. 1 minus B. B means retention ratio. Retention ratio is here. If we assume 90%, this is retention ratio. Retention ratio means this is B. B is retention ratio. Okay, and retention ratio is B, and rate of return is 12%. If rate of return is 12%, rate of return means that is R. R is 12% when B is 90%. B is 90%. Now, just simply I am writing the formula by remembering these two things. Retention ratio is B and B is 90% and the rate of return is R. R 12%. Okay. Now, the formula is P is equal to earnings per share is 20, you know. 20 I have written into 1 minus, what is this B? B is 90%, retention 90% means 90 by 100 comes to 0.90. So close the brackets, divided by KE, cost of capital is here 11%. This is also permanent, cost of capital permanent. KE, this is earnings per share. So this is E. E is also permanent. E is permanent, K is permanent. It will not change. Remember this. So K is here 0.11. 11%, 11 by 100 comes to 0.11 minus BR, B into R. B is how much? B is 90%. 90% means 0.90 into R. R is here 12%. We are assuming rate of return is 12%. So 0.12. When we apply this, your multiplication, if you see simple multiplication, you are getting 1000 rupees. So what they are asking, determine the value of shares. Value of share is 1000 rupees. When it is, if at all retention rate is 90%, retention rate is 90% and rate of return when you are expecting 12%. So this is 9000 rupees. Remember always, so this is P is your cost of capital. This is permanent and earnings per share is permanent. Or otherwise I'll write it here, you will not forget. K is how much? K is 11%, means 0.11. Another one is earnings per share, E. E is 20 rupees. These two are permanent and the rest of the things are fluctuating. We need only 4 items. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 items we need. Out of these 4, these 2 are permanent. Are you getting it? Now, with this same focus, we'll follow the second pattern. Same under this 12%, when it is rate of return is 12%. Okay, this is we have done. Next one, when rate of return is 11%. 90% retention, under 90% retention when rate of return is 12% we have done. Same under 90% retention when rate of return is 11%. Rate of return is 11%. This is second bit under the first one. Second bit. Now, if you see, only we are changing rate of return only, rest of everything is normal. Where is rate of return? Rate of return is here. So R. So this R only changing. Rest of everything is normal. See, I have written everything 21.90, 0.11 and B is also same. Okay, and R is changing. R is, earlier it was 12%. Now in this bit it is 11%. Okay, only this is I have changed. Only this I have changed compared to this. If you do the calculations, you are getting 181 rupees 0.82 paisa. So when you are changing this rate of return 11%, earlier it was 12%. When it was 12%, 1000 rupees. When you are decreasing rate of return, price value is decreasing, 181 it is coming. In the same way, next one, when it is 10%, 10%, rate of return is 10%. Here also same as it is, same values I'll write, only instead of 0.11 I'll write 0.10. Okay, so this I have changed. Rest of everything is normal. We did not change anything because KE is permanent, E is permanent, and here even 90% is also permanent. 90% here, 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 everywhere it is same. Only what we are changing is here rate of return, that is 12%, means here you have taken 0.12, 0.11, 0.10. Like if you do the calculations, you got answer of 100 rupees. When rate of return was 12%, it was 1000 rupees. When it is decreasing to 12 to 11%, 181 rupees. Still decreasing 10%, it is 100 rupees. Did you follow this? When return of retention of ratio is 90%. So this is first case 12%, 10%, 11% and 10%. In the same fashion, when retention ratio is 80%, I kept a heading. When retention ratio is 80%. When retention ratio is 80%, once again we have to do rate of return on investment, that is rate of return is 12%, rate of return of 11%, rate of return of 10%. Separately you have to do. So when rate of return is 12%, this is retention ratio is 80%, and these two are permanent. Okay. Now if you see the formula, P is equal to 20. 20 means here, what is this 20? Earnings per share, permanent, this is E20. 1 minus retention ratio. Retention ratio is 80%. 80 by 100 comes to 0.80 divided by, so this is permanent as it is, 0.11 KE into same 80 into 12%. So this, remember, 12%. 12%, and here we have done 80 also, 0.80, when retention ratio R is 0.80 and rate of return is 12%. So if you do the calculations, you are getting 285. Same one, retention of ratio is 80% only when rate of return is 12% to 11% decreasing, same like previous one. When 11% it is decreasing, same formula as it is we are keeping, except in place of 0.12 we kept 0.11. so this you remember, 0.11, because we are expecting rate of return 11%. If you calculate, you are getting 181.82, means it is decreasing now. In the same fashion, rate of return when it is 10%, right, as it is, same as it is, in place of 0.11 we'll keep 0.10, because this is 0.10, this only we are changing. So if you make only the change of rate of return, previous one A bit 0.12, okay, 12, second one 0.11, third one 0.10, so it is coming to 133. If you see, the value is decreasing whenever your rate of return is decreasing, when retention ratio is 80%. If it is 12%, 285. If it is 11%, 181. If it is 10%, 133. Am I clear? Then we'll focus on the next one. When retention is 50%, retention of 90% is we have done. In 90% retention also 3 cases we have taken. So rate of return of 12%, 11%, 10%. Second bit, retention of 80%. Retention of 80% also, rate of return 12%, 10%, 11% and 10%. The third case is here, rate of return 50%. Rate of not this is 50% is retention. When 50% retention, once again 3 cases will take, 12%, 11%, 10%. This is return on investment. Retention is 50%. So I kept a heading of when retention ratio is 50%. First case is rate of return 12%, same like 12% I kept. Now here 50% retention. You know that as per the formula, E is permanent 20, you know, E is permanent 20, E into 1 minus 0.80. 0.80, how do you got? Sorry, not 0.80. Here we are focusing here. So E is 20 permanent, this one, okay. 1 minus B. B is retention ratio. Retention ratio is here 50%. 50% means 0.50. 0.50 I have written. By here cost of capital. Cost of capital is also permanent, 0.11 I have written, okay. Minus what else? B into R. B is retention. Retention is 50%. R is rate of return 12%. Okay. So if we do the calculation, you are getting 200 rupees. Only the thing is, first bit you have to understand. Once if you understood first bit, second bit will go. Second bit is that rate of return is 11%. When it was 12%, it is this much. When it is 11%, what we have to do? 11% means only this one we are changing. Only this amount we are changing into 0.11. Rest of everything is normal. Retention is 50% applicable to 3 cases. And this is, you know, KE is permanent, and earnings per share, that is also permanent. Okay, what is changing here? Only rate of return. First case 0.12. Second case, this we are changing into 0.11 because rate of return is 11%, B bit. So if you do the calculation, you are getting 181.52. Third case, rate of return is 10%, right? 12%, 11%, 10%. 12%, 11%, 10%. If it is 10%, as it is same, instead of 11%, we are writing here 10%. Are you getting it? So that you are getting 166 rupees 67 paisa. Now, in this case also, when retention, that is dividend retention ratio is 50%, if rate of return is 12%, 200 rupees value. If it is 11%, 181. If it is 10%, 161. It shows very clearly that whenever your rate of return is decreasing, the value of the shares also decreasing. And whereas if you see even the retention of the dividend is 90% if you retain. Retention is 90%, means your payout is 10% only. 10% also it is good only. That doesn't make any difference, but only the thing is rate of return also makes the difference. You see all the values, it varies. Did you understand? Take the screenshot once again. Quickly in a lucid form I'll explain it. Very simple problem this is, though it is essay, very simple. Take a screenshot quickly. Now in this problem what we have to do is here Gordon's method. Formula, remember, formula is we know E into 1 minus B by KE into KE minus BR. So this is the formula we know. Now in the problem what is given? First one is the capitalization rate, that is KE, cost of capital, 11%, and also earnings per share E, 20 rupees. Determine the values of the shares as per the Gordon's method when rate of return on investment is fluctuating. Rate of return on investment is fluctuating, 12%, 11%, 10%. At the same time, dividend retention ratio is also changing. When retention is 90%, 80% and 50%. Okay, based on this, first we are taking 90% retention. 90% retention, I kept a heading. When retention ratio is 90%. Three cases will take 12% rate of return, 11%, 10%. Okay, so this is the main case. Under this case, three cases, sub cases are there. One is rate of return 12%, this one. Here KE and E both are permanent. Now as per the formula, E is here 20 into 1 minus B. B is retention. Retention is how much? 90%, means 0.90. And by KE. KE is here 0.11 minus B. B is 0.90. Okay. Into rate of return is 0.10. 0.12. This one. Okay. Once if you write this formula, go for the simple calculations, you are getting this much. Once if you write it, second case, second bit under this, rate of return, when rate of return is 11%. Same as it is the values, only in case of 0.12 you are writing 0.11. You got the second case. Third case also same as it is the values you are writing, because nothing is changing, only rate of return is changing. How much it is coming? Earlier it was 12%, second bit was 11%, now here 10%. So this I have changed. In the same fashion, when retention ratio is 80%, 90% to 80% we have changed. When it is changing to 80%, once again rate of return three cases will take. Rate of return 12%, 10%, 11% and 10%. So three cases we have taken, 12%, 11% and 10%. Here also nothing is going to change. 20 as it is. Only retention ratio, it was 90%, here it is 80%. So this, in place of 0.90, I have kept 0.80. And 0.11 cost of capital as it is, and 0.80 as it is we have written, and here rate of return is 12%. Once if you write this, go for the calculation, you will get this some answer. Once if you write this, next rate of return at the rate of 11%. 11% is same values as it is you are writing, only in case of 0.12 you are writing 0.11. Clear? 0.11. In the same way, here also 0.10 you are writing. Third case is same as it is, same like this one. What third case is when retention ratio is 50%. Here we made change of 50%. First case is 12%. Okay, and in this second bit, everything is as it is. Only in case of 0.12 we kept 0.11. Third case is in place of 0.11 we kept 0.10. That's very simple. Practice it. It will be easy for you. Essay, don't ignore it. So when you get in the exam, easily you can score, right? So practice well and don't forget to share these videos. Stay connected. Practice well for the exams well in advance. Before exams, just revise it. So see you in the next chapter, working capital management. Stay connected. Good luck.